What's up, guys? My name is Khan, and we're back today with more Railroads Online, and today we're going to buy the Montezuma. It has a higher speed limit, and I'm really excited to try it out, and I re-engineered the sawmill just a bit after talking about it in the last episode. We can actually do a quick fly overhead here and take a look at it, but if we go up with the oil well, ignore the fact that there's this giant oil well. Yeah, we'll just put that over there. But you can see I've re-engineered this, so now we've got our main coming in. We've got one route there that goes right, directly up the 4% line to the smelter. We can also come in here and split. One goes into the loading area for the sawmill, and then the other one cuts across this line and goes out this way to the other side of the loop, which then we could, cut back or go down our 2% line. We've also got our three-way switch still, and then, of course, we've got another branch here. Again, a nice, sharp 30-meter turn here, which is kind of a pain, but it's industry track. Should be nice and slow. Put another switch here. Again, 30-meter turn, and we could cross here. Now, I know right off the bat, people are going to be like, well, Con, you could do, like, a three-way switch here, and you could do a three-way switch here, and you could even do a three-way switch there, and, have these connected. And if I did it with all three-way switches, this would be a little bit easier. And that's true, but the reason I left it as the two-way switches is just because I like the spring back feature. With the three-way switch, if your switch is set wrong, you're dead. Like, you'll just run off the track and derail. So, we have to have that telegraph office right there so we can teleport to it and make sure we set it. But with two-way switches, if we run backwards through the switch, it's not a big deal. It'll automatically spring to our side and we won't derail our train. So that's why I kind of kept two-way switches everywhere. And it looks a little bit messy, but it's kind of cool. We could actually, if we did this with a three-way, this corner could be a little steeper and or a little shallower, and it would all be good. But it doesn't matter. It works. It's great. It's fantastic, and it makes this industry super functional, although it is kind of confusing to navigate around. There's a lot of switches going on, but luckily only the one three-way. I kind of wish the three-ways had the spring feature where, if you're coming through the switch in the wrong direction, it automatically goes over to your side. If it did, I would replace all these with three-ways in a heartbeat. I understand why they don't have it, because realistically back in the day, I'm pretty sure none of these switches were supposed to have spring-loaded features. But from a gameplay perspective, it would be great. Anyway, we're gonna go. We've got a little bit of money. I did some grinding, $2,380, not a whole lot. But what I want to do is I'm going to load up these 6 log flats, bring them back to the sawmill. I've basically been driving this train with 8 cars up and down the 2% and just bringing the Iron Mine some sawmill products. It's been quite profitable. It's been quite easy, and literally 8 cars with Betsy is right at the limit on 2%. So Betsy actually slows down to about 10 miles an hour, but somehow manages to make it up the whole hill, which is kind of cool. So what I want to do is go do one run of logs to the sawmill here with Betsy, get these logs delivered, and that should make us enough money to then buy the Montezuma for $2,500, and then we're going to hook the Montezuma up to these stake flats and go up the 2% line with the Montezuma because, it can go faster than Betsy, and I think it'll be really, really cool to see. It also apparently can pull just slightly more than Betsy up 2%. I'll pull out my sheet in a sec, but I'm pretty sure it was like 8 or 10,000 pounds more than Betsy can do up 2%, so it should be a relatively easy run, and hopefully we can do it at 20, 25. I think Montezuma's speed limit is like 25 mile an hour or something like that now, so we'll have to try it, and should be good. Boom. I love the fact that you can just smash cars together in this game, whereas, in Derail Valley, I actually have to care about my car damage. It's kind of nice. I've been thinking about what I want to name the Montezuma, and I honestly don't really know. Betsy's actually engine number, non-numbered, I guess it would be engine number 0. So Montezuma is going to be engine number 1. We're just going to stick with the standard 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Not going to try and do anything fancy with the engine numbers. So we're just going to go up in the numbers as we buy them. So Betsy's technically engine 0. We're going to put the Montezuma as engine number 1. It'll be the first engine we bought. And I honestly don't know what to name it. I was thinking of something clever, but my initial thought went to naming it Mazda because it goes zoom zoom, and I kind of like Mazdas, or Mazda. I know I'm saying it wrong because Heist always makes fun of me for it, but I like Mazdas. Also, really cool new water tower. I built one of these. I needed water and wood, and they've got these little firewood depots now, which is sick. So you can actually have these places along the railroad where you just have a water tower and a firing depot, and all you do is you just bring logs to it. I didn't see any car, though, to transport firewood, but we are going to only have one firewood station now on the map, and then I'll put a bunch of those sheds around it. But I'm pretty sure if we want to fill one of those sheds back up, we have to take it from the tenders. of engines. I don't know. Maybe there is a firewood car. I didn't see when I was going through the car list, though, any car that says it took firewood as a thing. And there's no way to load firewood except to, like, hand chuck it. So I'm pretty sure we just have to take an engine with a big tender and, you know, maybe even drag another engine's tender around. And then we just take those, you know, load them up with firewood at our firewood place, wherever the heck we end up having that. And then once we've done that, we, you know, we just huck it into all these little side sheds along the railroad. So as you're driving, you can get more firewood. So anyway, I put one of those down. I put a watering tower, refilled up Betsy. Kind of cool stuff that exists. And I think when Heist and I were playing on our last map, that was one of the things we had talked about was would be really, really nice to have firewood cars where you can bring firewood to the individual sheds on the side of the map. Real MOW stuff. I'm gonna have to do a lot more decoration soon. I also gotta build up a little bit of a thing at the freight depot. I think I kind of want to put the firewood depot here somewhere. Like, I think I can put a siding that comes off this, right, and goes back to here. And we can have a firewood depot set up basically right on the other side. Do I have room? I can do it on the other side of the cordwood. The idea being that if you need to come in and refill the firewood fuel, all you do is you just come in with a train, you have the train sit with the car in the loading, and then you load the train and then instantly unload it, and that fills up the firewood spot. And I feel like that would be really, really easy to set up. I could probably do that right now, honestly, while we load this. And then we have just a place to get firewood to restock all our sheds. And, you know, your logging camp becomes also your firewood spot. I do like the fact that on this map, the logging camp is a lot closer to the freight depot than on the other map. On the other map, you have to go a lot further to get to the logging camp, and then the logging camp's relatively close to the sawmill. On this map, I kind of like this, where the freight depot is sort of in between the two. Perfect. I think that's good enough. So we can come in here. We can load up with a bunch of cordwood, right? This might actually, I don't know if this is even going to work. It might, I don't think it's close enough to grab. I could maybe even move it like right next to the track and maybe it will grab. Oh, that is really far. Oh my God, it works. Okay, never mind. We don't even need to. Yeah, I really hope this works for cordwood cars. We might have to move this track over a little bit to get the cordwood cars to work. But this is actually the OP strategy right here. There we go. We can just load straight from the cordwood train. Do we make money for that? No, right? Okay, so first of all, it's only the one crane that'll do it. It's only this crane. The other crane, it has to basically bounce off the track to get into the loading, but that's fine. We can just use this. If I moved it over a bit, oh my God, I'm gonna move it. Are we gonna interfere with the other building though? Yeah, we're gonna run into the other building. That's fine. We can use the one crane, not a big deal. And I don't make money, right? 2380? Yeah, no, I haven't made money off this. That's sick though. That's perfect. This is actually the OP strat. And then we're just gonna make a little switch off there, hook it into here with another little small track. Then you can back your tender up. And there we go, firewood for life. Perfect. All right, loading up the last 2 logs. Let's highball it out of here. I also went ahead and finished the siding on the other side for the fuel there. So that's kind of nice. We got just a little bit of a siding, just an extra. You can't even see it. We'll get around to that. Don't worry. We got to go up a little bit of a hill to get out of here. It's kind of funny, just the way this is. We really should come in the other way when we go to load this stuff up. But yeah, to clear this hill, this is a little bit, it's a little bit steep. It is what it is. Not the end of the world. Pretty tight industry track. We could have made this, honestly, maybe at some point in time we will. We could have made this a through industry where you come in and split and then go through this gap here and then loop back. Oh no, because there's a hill there you still have to climb. Yeah, never mind. That might not have worked either way. Not really a huge deal though. Not really a lot of activity at the logging camp. Although now that I've got the fuel drop here, it's kind of going to be a little bit busier, but that's kind of nice. So we'll go deliver these. This should make us at least $120. I think it's 10 bucks a log, you know, times what? We got 5 cars of 6, or 6 cars of 5, sorry. So 30 logs, so 300 bucks. Is that really all this makes? Is that, yeah, 300 bucks. That'll be enough though. And yeah, we're gonna just head on out all the way to the sawmill, and then we can honestly leave Betsy at the sawmill with all the logs attached to it in one of the shunting yards, because we're just gonna get Montezuma. Actually, while we go by, I'm gonna put a telegraph office down at the freight depot, because we're gonna need that. I'm kind of worried this is a little close for the cordwood. Like, this track might need to move over a little bit. But there we go, nice little switch there, access to the other side. This is amazing. I can't believe the cordwood automatically loads that. So yeah, it's a little bit of a steep track there, but it doesn't really matter. You know, you're only going to really be backing an engine and a tender up there, loaded up with logs, or fuel, I mean, and then you're going to bring the fuel around the map to all the different locations. So, again, not a huge deal. I just can't wait to get out of this 15-mile-an-hour stuff. Betsy is so slow. It's like, Betsy's great. I've been pulling stuff up to 2% the whole time, but if I could go double the speed, it would take me half the time to do the trip. And, yeah. Is that a tree? I might need to delete that. There are some trees that are, these little small trees are dangerously close to the track, and they have a hitbox that still destroys a whole car. I should really do a little more MOW, to be honest. There are way too many trees way too close to the track. I sort of just put down the track and cut down the absolute bare minimum of trees I needed to get, you know, clearance. So we're gonna just pull in through here, straight through the freight depot, and then we'll be able to spawn back here. I'm gonna put a thing right here, a little telegraph office. I do need to build a freight depot yard at some point. I think I want it like here, really, or going out that way, maybe. Like we need a lot of space, honestly. Like, I'm thinking I want a yard that's 500-meter lanes, if we can do it. So half a kilometer lanes, but I don't know if we'll actually be able to do that. All right, let's just stop that there. Let's grab ourselves a telegraph office and just rotate this into position. Yeah, good enough. Something like that for now. There we go. Now we can come back to the freight depot whenever we want to, and our train is gone. It's fine. No big deal. I do want to build up some towns. You know, there are some props. There's some buildings, right? We got like, oh god, I can't, like, look at this. We got a bank. Can I actually go, hold on. I've never spawned these buildings before. Look at it. Can I go in it? No. It's just a building. We could make a really cool town, though. And we could put an actual, like, you know, a rail going right through a town for no reason. It'd be awesome. Oh, that's the industries. Hold on. What other buildings do we got? We got a bank. Oh my god, there's a lot of waiting shed? What's a waiting shed? It's just a shed? It's blue? Oh, it's like one of these, they have these for like horses and stuff. It's like where you put your horses when you go places. Okay, there's houses. Oh my god, I haven't looked through this at all, to be honest. Wow, these are some nice, you could really make some cool looking towns. We're gonna have to do so much decoration. Oh my, yeah. I'm gonna decorate the freight depot here to look like a town, and then put like a shunting area going off that way. We could put like a whole town in this area. We don't have roads though, do we? There's also, oh my god, there's decorations as well. Oh, wait, why is there a water tower? Oh, it's a water tower. I don't understand. It's a water tower decoration that's not... Oh, this is for like drinking water tower, I guess. There's a lot of props in this game now. It's gonna be cool. I could build like really elaborate towns and stuff. I'm not usually very good at that kind of thing. You know, the whole decorating thing. It's not usually my strong suit, but I'll definitely have to use some of those buildings and barrels and stuff and really build up the industries. Like the iron mine now, I should clear cut that whole area and put all these little buildings and stuff around, you know, the industry. Really build up the industries to look like something. You wouldn't just have a smelter in the middle of nowhere. You'd have a smelter, you know, in a town, and then the town's in the middle of nowhere. All right, we should be lined to just go straight through this little unload yard. It's not really that big of a yard, to be honest, but I kind of was thinking about this too. This is really only an unload yard. We don't need a yard on the load side. And the only reason I'm thinking that is because this has so many tracks now to go in any direction you want. Trains are gonna come in, they're gonna grab their goods, and they're gonna immediately leave in the direction they want to go in. And it's kind of like, it sort of fouls the main because there's really like multiple mains that go through this area. But at the same point in time, people are literally just you're gonna drive in, you're gonna bring your whole train, get your goods, immediately go off to your destination. So yard at the smelter makes sense. You know, we don't really have space for a yard at the iron mine, but again, it's kind of just like a drop-off pickup location, right? There's not really much else you're doing in that area. And if we have a big yard by the freight depot, then really you could always come here, load up your goods, and then go back to the big yard and use the big yard for your, you know, oh my god, we have so much momentum, stop! Okay, well, we're fine. It's all good. Jeez, my goodness. I can't believe how long it takes to stop a train with Betsy. We need car brakes. I need air. I need to be able to hook up air to all my cars. I mean, to be honest, these kind of cars probably wouldn't have air anyway, but like, yeah, I need to be able to hook up air and use my whole train to slow down my train. There we go. Perfect. Perfect. It's fine. Okay. Well, we reloaded this car. The logs spawn bigger than the car. You can see they spawn at full size, so they kind of hit each other. It's sort of amazing, but it's fine. We'll get this all done. Do I have enough money? I have $2,680. Let's go. We're buying a new engine. Finally. The whole point of the episode. We're getting there. All right, so here we go. We're going to buy the Montezuma. I'm going to name it Mazda because, you know, that's what's happening. You know, I'll take that Mazda sponsorship. Bring back the RX-8, please. Give me a nice rotary. I'm all for it. This is going to be number 1. Its name's going to be Mazda. Yeah, because that's just awesome. You know, I really want an RX-8 again. Please bring us back the RX-8. For options, we've got the smokestack, different types of fire catchers. They cost money and don't actually do anything, so we're going to straight pipe it. Headlight, we've got either with or without a headlight. Definitely going to put it with a headlight. Might need that. And paint. Oh, that's right. We can make it all black Montezuma. I really like that. I like that so much. Yeah, it looks cool in the ornate colors with the gold trim and all that, but this looks more like a workhorse. So we're gonna do it. Order it up. 2,500 pounds or 25,000 pounds, 120 psi, 3,650 pounds of tractive effort. Let's go. Oh my god, it's amazing. It looks so great. So just to give you an idea of the tractive effort comparisons, the Montezuma up 2% pulls 119,000 pounds. And Betsy up 2% pulls 103,000 pounds. Now, I was doing missions earlier to grind for money, and I was using Betsy to pull those 8 cars fully loaded, no problem. So Montezuma shouldn't have a problem with it up the 2% line all the way to the iron mine. And under its own steam, we can do a lot faster than what Betsy can do, so it should be a lot easier to get trips done. We're building pressure. We only have 30 psi, but we're going to get going anyway, because like it'll just build more pressure anyway. And, you know, we'll have some time. It should still go to its max speed, even without full boiler pressure. We aren't pulling anything either. The whistle's still hilariously high-pitched. 15, 16, 17. Okay, 18. This is exciting. We're already into new territory. I love the feeling of speed you get. 22. Wait, am I limited to 22? Is Montezuma 20? It's probably 22, right? Yeah, I'm 22. That's right. I can't remember the update notes. It was like 22. Okay, I gotta look. I'm gonna look. All right, so Montezuma can go up to 22. The Eureka can do 30 mile an hour. All right, so the next engine we gotta buy is the Eureka. Unfortunately, the Eureka is going to take. I know you keep hearing the sound cutting in and out. That's me alt-tabbing to read the patch notes. But unfortunately, I think the Eureka is a much more expensive engine. Like we're broke again. And what's the Eureka cost? I gotta do this quick because we are like flying into the logging camp right now, or into the sawmill. Eureka, you are a $2,900 engine. You know what? We weren't that far off. I probably could have bought the Eureka instead of the Montezuma, but here we are. It is what it is. All right, we're gonna buy the Eureka next then. That's gonna be the next thing to do. At least the Mazda, this is still gonna be a lot faster. This is gonna be much faster. 22 mile an hour versus 15, and we have more tractive effort than Betsy. So Betsy was slowing down to about 10. On the hills, when I was grinding in my own time, like fully loaded with 8 cars, Betsy would only do about 10 up to the iron mine. This should be able to do the full 22, you know, at full speed, no problem. So it should be rather exciting. Just kick this into reverse here. There we go. Pop out of that. Let's set some switches. We're just gonna shove this all the way back out on the main, and then huck it left into the loading area. The only thing that's slightly confusing about the sawmill now, I really should clear cut more of these trees so you can actually see where you're going. You gotta really pay attention to what line you're going on. Like that line, the middle line goes straight through, the right line goes to the right, the left line goes to the left. So I kind of kept it, you know, organized in that sense. And there is that crossover piece right in the middle, and same sense here, like, you know, the middle line goes straight through, left line goes left, right line goes right. So you can kind of keep track of it, but it is a lot of switches in a very small area. I've never done an intersection like this where you have 3 different directions you can go feeding from one industry. So it's really cool, and I really like the way it came out. But of course, these are some sharp corners as well. Like we've got some 30-meter radius corners going on. I think the iron mine has an excess of beams right now. I think I need to bring up just lumber. I can't remember. I'm pretty sure there's an excess of beams because it takes lumber at a 2-to-1 ratio, so it takes 2 lumber for every 1 beam. And I think last time it was literally overflowing with beams. All right, fully loaded. Let's get out of here. 8 things of beams, 24 beams total. How broke are we? $130, perfect. It's exactly what I like to see. I don't like to just be like slightly broke. I like to go full broke, you know? If we're gonna get broke, we might as well be broke. And now we need to get up to $2,900 to buy the Eureka, but this should be a much faster trip at 22 mile an hour, and everything should be set to go. And now we can just keep running loops from the iron mine back to here. How are we doing on fire? Got lots of fuel, lots of fire, lots of temp. Yeah, we're good to go. This is awesome. Let's go 22 mile an hour. It takes a bit to get going, I've noticed. That's so close through there. There's like a weird bump in the terrain, and it's kind of sketchy. And then this corner is a little bit tight, but we should be fine. Yeah, perfect. All right, a little bit of a climb here to get up onto the bridge level. It's kind of like a 1%, not really a huge deal. Doesn't even notice. Okay, we are under tonnage. We should be well under tonnage. We could probably add a couple more cars, actually. I think each one of these cars is like 8,000 pounds of goods. Can I do this without dying? If I lose... This is actually super risky. Because if I fall off at 22 mile an hour, like, that's it. There's no way we're getting back. Okay, there we go. Hold on. 8,900 pounds of freight. Okay, plus then whatever the car weight is on one of these. Oh my god, speaking of... Oh, no. Well, there goes the train. Oh my god, get on the... Oh, jeez. Holy cow. Okay, do not... God dang it, we gotta, like, parkour our way to the front. Can't jump on a corner. If you jump on a corner, you go off the train. There we go. Oh my god, we almost... I just mentioned, don't jump off the train. Almost lost it. Full reg, 22 mile an hour. I mean, it would have been fine. It probably would have derailed in the iron mine. There's some tight corners up there. It might be able to take those corners at 22 mile an hour, though, honestly. I mean, it's the Montezuma. It's got a pretty tight wheelbase. 22 mile an hour isn't that fast. We are losing some speed. Oh, that's interesting. We're losing a little bit. We're climbing at 2% now. Lost a little bit of speed on that corner, down to 20 mile an hour. I swear to God, if Montezuma stalls out on this 2% climb and Betsy does not, under the same load, I would be blown away. Because Betsy was doing this no problem. But Betsy did go down to 8 mile an hour. Oh, man. The problem is on these corners, it's steeper than 2%, right? It says it's 2%, but it's not, because your inside rail's a little bit steeper, and you're going up a corner, and there's some rolling friction on the edges. So the math that I have, it says it's 119,000 pounds. It's actually a little less around corners, depending on how steep the corner is. And we are losing some speed. We're going down to 17 mile an hour. If this drops below 15, we could double head it with Betsy, and it would be 15 mile an hour, no problem up the hill. But as long as we're going faster than 15 mile an hour, Betsy's not going to help us any. This is rather interesting, though, that this actually loses some speed on this. See, the Eureka is no problem. The Eureka's got more tractive effort. Yeah, up 2%, the Eureka pulls 168,000 pounds at 30 mile an hour. So we'd have no problem with the Eureka. I should have saved up more money and bought the Eureka. I didn't do my R&D, and I didn't check how expensive the locomotives were. I just got excited that Montezuma had a higher speed limit. Okay, 15 mile an hour. We're at Betsy's range. But yeah, Eureka would have been a better choice. A little bit more money. We'll buy it next and be able to do this run even faster. That'll be great. But we're gonna make it. I mean, I'm not worried about us making it. We're literally just running tonnage, essentially. Oh, you know, one more car and we'd be at tonnage there. So now with Betsy, we'd be pulling faster. We could go up to 15 mile an hour if we had Betsy as well. We still have to get, like, up to that height right there. That's the plateau height. It's quite a climb, honestly. But this run is great. It's super smooth. It's 2%. We can go quick. And it's really just wonderful scenery going along the edge of this lake. And now we're picking up speed again. That's interesting. It's like steeper through that. Oh, that's right. There's a little flat section there to clear that little hill. I just realized something in the menu here. The boiler pressure is wrong. It says it's 120 psi, but we are currently running our boiler at 130 psi. So that's just an interesting thing to note. Not really a huge deal, but either way, we're rolling into the iron mine now. So just gonna pull in here. I can actually cut my reg back as we get onto the flat section. I really wish I could draw roads on the dirt, because we're gonna make towns, which will be cool, but we're not gonna be able to draw roads through the town, which I kind of, wait, no, we can. I lied. I can use the fill. I can use like the large fill without the track and use that to make kind of roads and pathways and stuff and then slap the buildings. Or we'll see. I might be able to do something with that, actually. Now that I think about it, I forgot we have fill. It's been so long since I've used fill without the track because everything got intertwined, and oh my god, this is a spicy corner. Yeah, this is 30 meters for you. Look at how much it hunts. Like, it wants to honestly fly off the track. Do we have blind drivers in the middle even? We don't. That makes sense. We're all flange drivers. It's fine though. It looks like it's got the clearance. It really wants to hunt. All right, let's slow down a little bit more. A lot more. Like a whole lot more. I wanted to do a live unload, but I don't think I'm gonna get this first car. Maybe? Might waste some goods. I think it went. Nope. Wasted one. Ah, dang it. Oh well, it is what it is. It's not a big deal. I think I had one extra lumber anyway, to be honest, from like one of the... Did that one just waste too? That would be very unfortunate. I feel like I had one extra lumber. I might not now. I might have just wasted another one. Oh well. It's okay. How are we doing? Lumber, yeah, lots of beams. 24 out of 30, perfect. And then we're gonna head back down. How are you doing? 110 out of 290. Yeah, so like even with all that grinding, I could still go way further up on the iron ore. And we still have tons more to go. Well, perfect. We got Montezuma now. These trips are gonna be a little bit faster. Definitely gotta save up for the Eureka. I am super broke. 590 bucks actually. You know what? That won't take very long. That was like, what, a $400 trip? And I spilled a couple. So it actually won't take too long to just keep bringing product here and eventually get that back up and then buy a Eureka to do this trip much faster. But yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Make sure to push hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Next engine we're buying is the Eureka, so please put your names in the comments down below, obviously based on mine. I mean, I took a sponsorship without even taking a sponsorship. That's how bad my naming is, okay? But listen, it goes zoom zoom, so it's fine. Don't worry about it. There's method to the madness. But yeah, put your names down in the comments down below for what we should name the Eureka. It's gonna be the next engine for sure. It'll be number 2. And if you guys don't give me something, I might just name it like Drop a Deuce or something, because you know it's number 2. And yeah, I don't have very original names when it comes to locomotives. But of course, make sure you hit those buttons down below. And as always, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and we'll see y'all next time.